Welcome to the Doodle Flow mini course on joy. Before we get started, I want to give you a little bit about my background, give you some background on Doodle Flow, and then tell you what to expect. So Doodle Flow comes out of about 25 years of my own personal and professional practice. It essentially comes out of a journaling and sketching practice that I've had personally. My professional training as an engineer and an ecologist, where we find there are lots of questions that are much better answered if we can see the system, or we can see the problem, or we can see how the mechanics play out. And then also from my work as a university professor and a graphic facilitator. When I was a professor, I found that students understood information better if I drew it on the board than if I flashed a PowerPoint slide, and they understood it even better if they drew it themselves than if they watched me draw it. Now in my work as a graphic facilitator, I find that teams also work much better if they see their ideas unfold on a page in front of the room together than if they just talk about it. So my experience has been that the process of writing and then taking little breaks from the writing to doodle and then breaks from the doodling to color allows me to shift my mind from focused attention when I'm writing to a much more fluid and relaxed space when I'm doodling and coloring. And this will become obvious as we go through the course. Something you need to know about Doodle Flow is it is not about the product, it's about the process. So Doodle Flow is set up to allow you to be in this flow space where you're thinking and ideas are emerging, but you're not grasping for ideas. And that moving back and forth between focused attention on a template or an idea and the relaxed space of doodling and coloring allows you to be in that flow space. If you find that you're sort of grinding down, bogging down, go ahead and do some doodling and coloring to relax your mind and allow ideas to emerge. There's all kinds of really cool information on this in the creativity research and in the neuroscience literature, which I'll be happy to tell you about in another course. But know that Doodle Flow is not about art, it's about insight. See if you can keep yourself moving, try not to get bogged down into any particular activity. It's about being in the flow. And then I want to tell you what to expect. So in this particular course, each lesson has a warm-up, a very quick warm-up. The videos for that are 30 to 90 seconds long. And it just has you do something that puts you in the Doodle Flow mind space. And then each lesson has a lesson or a practice, and that's where I just talk you through what you're going to do in your exploration of joy. And some of those are writing and making a blackout poem. Others are brainstorming life events and putting them into a tree. Others are thinking about the ways that you relate to joy. So I've intentionally set up this practice in the sequence that it's in. But the thing about Doodle Flow is you should do it however you want to do it. So if you want to do this over the course of one long day, doodling every hour or so, with breaks in between, that's great. If you want to do it every day for a week, that's fine. If you want to do it every week for a month, that's also fine. It's your practice. Do what fits for you. The main thing I want you to take away from this is that Doodle Flow is about insight and connecting with your emotions, and about allowing spontaneous brilliance to emerge. And it's about relaxing. It's not about art, and it's not about forcing yourself through it, and it's not about cranking it out, right? It's important that you are in the flow space. That's where the magic happens. So I look forward to hearing your impressions of this course. Post your work. I look forward to hearing what you think.